What's up, guys? Bit of a different video here today than I've usually done on this channel. A lot of you may not know this. I am a huge wrestling fan. And just this past weekend, we had WrestleMania 40. One of the greatest WrestleManias ever. Not going to say it's the greatest ever, but one of. It's up there. I wanted to make this video because I want to talk about the impact that one man has made to create the story, the ending we got last night with Cody Rhodes finishing the story, beating Roman Reigns, and just everything that led up to that feud, that pay-per-view, everything. Because this is a new era of WWE, which you have heard on multiple occasions said, especially during this past weekend. They mentioned on multiple occasions that this is a new era and that we all have gotten through messages that have basically been sent through many conversations and things that were said over this past week, that they are moving away from what Vince McMahon stood for, and this is a new thing. This is professional wrestling. You know, because Vince was a sports entertainment man. He did not love wrestling. He loved entertainment. Triple H loves wrestling. And I felt like that's what you got this past weekend with that. I think from all of just the shenanigans that happened in that match with Cody and Roman, from Cena coming back, we knew it was going to be shenanigans. We knew people talked about it, the Cody Avengers, everything like that. Cena coming back. They couldn't get Stone Cold, so they were going to get Undertaker to make an appearance, and people still popped huge when the Undertaker came out there. That just shows you it was one of those moments that as long as you just had one of the top guys from back then, you were going to have a big moment regardless. And I know a lot of people would have loved to hear the Stone Cold shattering. I completely understand it. But it was still an epic moment anyway. Obviously, The Rock's run these past few months has been amazing. He's going to be off now to shoot movies. He's going to be off now to continue to do his Hollywood stuff. He has a lot of other ventures that he is invested in. But for him to do what he did, and to feel like he probably will come back at some point, people are thinking he may have a match at SummerSlam, since they're looking at around August being the time when he returns. It's a very exciting time. And I know a big question that came out of yesterday was, what's next for WWE? A lot of people feel like WWE peaked when Cody Rhodes won the championship, and I think that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it interesting. I think that's what makes it that's what makes you tune in. Because what is next? What is the next story? What is the next part? You had a story that was dominated for 3-4 years with Roman Reigns, who I want to say thank you to for what he has done for this company, carrying it on his back these last 3 years, coming back from leukemia, a new character, and they strapped it and it worked. They strapped that title on him and he made it relevant. He has had some of the biggest segments in modern WWE history these last few years with the Bloodline and everything that he's done. He's given us great matches, great cinematics, just great everything. He took his game to another level, and because he was able to find a character that worked for him, which was the tribal chief, with the history that his family has, and they made it into an absolute spectacle. And now he gets to rest and Cody gets to take over. But coming out of WrestleMania, there are still many questions that we have to have answered. We still have to answer what's next for the Bloodline, what's next for Paul Heyman, what's next for Jimmy Uso, what's next for Jey Uso, what's next for The Rock, what's next for Roman. We hear that they're going to take time off. Does that start tonight? Are they going to be on the Raw after WrestleMania? Are they not going to be on the Raw after WrestleMania? There is so like that in itself is just its own storylines. And then, everybody else is remembering Rhea Ripley retaining, Damian Priest winning the championship after cashing in, Drew and Punk in that feud, and what's next for that. So many more questions that could be answered tonight. And that is what Triple H has done for this product, and it made this product great again. He has done a great job of storytelling, which you saw in that match. The fact that Roman Reigns said, I need to hit Seth Rollins with that chair in the back like he did to me 10 years ago. I need to do it again. and that ultimately being his downfall. Him not letting go of the past, him not letting go of the trauma from that cost him his title reign. Seth Rollins was the key to beating Roman Reigns this whole time, and he said it in that promo to Cody. Let me be your shield. I'm partly responsible for why he became who he is, but I'm also the only man that you know who can help you defeat Roman Reigns, because he knows how he could beat Roman Reigns. Him coming out in the Shield getup was not for no reason. There was a reason behind him getting into that getup. There was a reason behind all of it, because that is what triggers Roman. This current version of Seth doesn't trigger Roman. It's the Shield memories that trigger Roman. That's why in the match that they had the Royal Rumble, he came out in Shield getup. He came out with the Shield theme song, because Seth knows that is his ultimate trigger point. That is his biggest weakness. And Seth was a warrior. 3 matches this weekend. You know, being in the tag, being in the championship, and then coming in the main event to help Cody Rhodes, appearing in two full-scale matches too. Just in all of it, taking 2 losses. Basically not able to get any offense in to help Cody, but at the same time was also his biggest weapon in defeating Roman. I mean, that's just elite storytelling. You know, that the one man that during Roman's entire run that he never beat was Seth Rollins. And that was the theme. He never beat his demons. He never beat Seth. There's a reason. It's funny because when the match happened, I don't know what, I mean, you would assume they didn't know what the finish of the Bloodline storyline, Roman losing the title was. But it's almost like it's crazy that things happen for a reason and you can take advantage of it later on, because now it's like, well, he never beat Seth. And so it's poetic that he again allowed Seth to cost him again. And people think now this will potentially go into a big feud with Seth and Roman, because you technically could say Roman could blame Seth for why he lost and just be like, my sole mission is to destroy you and to get rid of you. I can't focus on getting my title back or anything else till I do that. That could be the feud. We don't know. There's a lot of questions that have to be answered, but I don't want to make this video too long. Like I said, there's so much to talk about. Now, and I've considered making a wrestling podcast before. I mean, me maybe getting a person on here and we'll do like a wrestling pod and talk about wrestling, because I feel like it's so much going on that we can talk about, and I feel like there's so much that's going to happen. All these overseas pay-per-views that are about to be electric. I mean, there's just so much. And like I said, I just want to give credit to Paul Levesque for everything he's done. Taking over this company when it was in bad shape, getting rid of Vince's bad creative, and creating a product that I can be proud to watch on a weekly basis, that I want to tune into, that I want to embrace, that I want to tell people about, that I want to promote, that I want to just continue to just sink my teeth into every time there's a new episode of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, every live premium live event, all of it, because of Paul Levesque, because of Triple H. He has done such a great job with what he has done. You know, one thing I think that was one of Vince's biggest downfalls was that Vince cared so much more about entertainment and money, that the core of the company is wrestling, and he said, who cares about that? And that hurt him at the end of the day, because he used to rely on part-timers. He used to rely on name value because it would make him money, not about the story, not about the nurturing of the superstars, not about the beneficial factors of making a superstar grow. All of it, to him, it wasn't that important to him. And I think it became more evident later in his time, the last 10, 15 years. Really, everybody would kind of say WWE kind of started getting weird. Probably 09, 10, when, you know, you had guys like Roman, John, had some injuries, had some stuff going on. You lost some stars. And so they need to create new stars. And there's always kind of been an issue. He kind of rode John Cena and was just like, he has to be my guy because I don't have anybody else. But he didn't really do a great job of creating other people, you know. And the thing is, at that time, is they had to put other people in position to try to be stars, but because of Vince's crap creative, you know, it was hard for a lot of those superstars to become maybe as big as they thought they could have been. We know the stories of guys who were buried or had momentum and never could reach the next level because Vince and them would never let them. Now I feel like with Triple H, he'll be able to do that. You know, that's why a lot of superstars are coming back to the company. They want to work for Triple H. The environment is so much better now than what it was. You used to hear all these reports when Vince was in charge about morale being low, people feeling they're not being booked correctly. That's why AEW really came into existence, because they pushed away so many fans. Like, I remember Raw was going through a stretch of time where they would have the lowest ratings ever, basically, in Raw history. And the thing is, Vince didn't care because he's like, I'm still making money, so why do I care? They're still making green profits at the quarterly meetings, so why do I care? And Triple H realizes that it can't just be about that. The money will come. What they've showed you is that they have had the most out, like this past year, they had multiple shows where they gave you an hour free with no commercials. And you would think, why would they potentially sacrifice money for that? Because Triple H knows the product is more important. The wrestling is more important. All of it is more important than the money. But money, they're going to get. They're breaking records money-wise right now. So they can afford to go commercial free. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow tonight they went commercial free for an hour, because they're making money anyway. Why do I need to make sure that we get commercials in the first hour if we have a lot of stuff we want to get into the show and make it epic, knowing that I can make that money back because we're pushing the product to new levels? And I think Nick Khan also deserves credit in that as well. And, you know, and obviously the thing with TKO, I mean, the TKO umbrella with Vince being pushed out, Triple H being brought in, Nick Khan being brought in, new WWE, new, like just new energy, new feel, being on Twitter and seeing everyone from celebrities to people who don't usually tweet about wrestling, all tweet about how much they loved what happened in that main event of WrestleMania. That is what it's all about. So many people were saying, I need to watch wrestling again. I need to tune back into wrestling again. People who watch wrestling that stopped, watch this. They came back to watch this. They came back to seeing this. People are now interested in the product. And some people have just dipped their toe in. They haven't fully came back to the product. But at the same time, people are watching. And the WWE has people's eye. And now Triple H in this new era has the opportunity to get this company potentially back to the Attitude Era days. Potentially. Especially with them going to Netflix and they're going to be uncensored. So, you know, Raw is about to be some very edgy television when that happens. But I think there is truly a belief, and especially from a guy who was brought up in the Attitude Era, that they think they can be bigger than the Attitude Era. Man, people may sit here and think that's impossible. But, I mean, if you're getting moments like we got at WrestleMania, even from the Sami Zayn Gunther match, how that was booked, and just how great Drew McIntyre winning the title and losing the title because of his focus, his hatred for CM Punk. Just elite storytelling like that. That is how you make someone love the product. It was about the story. That's what's going to make me pay money. I love this story. Take my money. And Vince's biggest downfall was he didn't care about the story anymore. He felt like, we're WWE. It's WrestleMania. We have big names. You'll give me money anyway. Why does it matter if I don't book the most captivating story in the world? And that's why he had to go. And Triple H said, we're bringing it back. This is professional wrestling. Michael Cole said it at the end of WrestleMania. I love professional wrestling. So I'm excited for Raw after WrestleMania. If you guys think maybe I should invest in doing a wrestling podcast, definitely let me know down in the comments. man, I just had to make this video and talk about it, man, because I loved it. And then and if you're a wrestling fan, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Let's see how many wrestling fans we got on my channel and everything of the sort. So, it's your boy Rice Lewis. See you next time.